What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my 2024 Seattle Seahawks NFL mock draft. If you guys love the Seattle Seahawks, you're in the right place. I'm trying to do one for every single team, and this is team number 17. So we're going to jump into this. I do want to let you know, as you see the picks, they are already on the screen. I'm going to explain why I chose everybody that I chose. So stay tuned to the end. And when you're done, comment below. Let me know how much you hate this, how much you love it, or maybe if it's give me a grade at then. I want to hear how I did, and that way I could come back and give you guys more content in the later. Hit that subscribe button. Let's jump right into it. Washington Huskies. Boy, oh boy, do they have a lot of draft prospects in this year's 2024 draft. Kicking it off with Troy Fautanu, offensive guard, one of the best guards in this year's 2024 NFL draft. A lot of people do not like this pick, more than likely because it's not a super sexy pick. It's not. Let's do 6'4", 312. All right. He's a next level guard. This guy is amazing. Great interior blocker. He's a power blocker who uses his hands to fight. He'll take that initial strike and take and knock people back, hitting them on the chest. This guy, Troy, he is a quarterback's best friend. Okay, so I got Troy Fautanu coming off the board for the first pick. Okay, and again, guys, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I want to take and hear how I did. Next one is going to be a tight end. Okay, Ben Sinnott. Okay, coming out of Kansas State. Kansas State got some ballers. Now, this guy is not a super speedy guy, but he can line up in the slot. He's done that before in college football. He's 6'4", 245 pounds. Okay. He does have experience both inline and slot, as I did mention. Again, not the fastest guy, but a very reliable set of hands and can create plays and can be relied on in short-term plays. And also as well, if it's a situation where you're in the end zone, this guy's a major target. He's a great route runner, so he knows how to get open. So also as well, very reliable when it comes to being a good blocker as well too. So he will help out with the run game. Okay. I would say Sinnett is probably, I would put him maybe like the number 3, number 4 overall best tight end. We could take tight end number 1 overall, right? And get Brock from Georgia. That's always a possibility as well too. But I got him taking it coming off the board. Next person I want to take and talk about is Kyrie Jackson. Now, if you guys, the first time I ever heard of Kyrie, I'll keep it real with you guys, was the Colorado versus Oregon game. And he was on him like white on rice. Their best receivers, Travis Hunter, all of them, man, locking them down. His arms, he has probably some of the longest arms of any defensive back in this year's NFL draft. And he's a great open field tackler. He can lay the hit stick, the Madden 05 hit stick. I know you guys remember that. He can lay that down. And this guy is somebody who's going to take and talk about rebuilding another potential Legion of Boom one day. Kyrie Jackson is going to be in that conversation. This guy's the real deal. Moving on, and I try to go as well balanced as possible. Javon Solomon, you may or may not have heard of him. Javon Solomon, let me tell you, he's a sack machine. Now that term is going to be used because in a lot of mock drafts and NFL draft predictions, because it's dream selling seasons, right? It's time to sell you a dream. This guy is all reality. He got 16 sacks this last college football, not 5, not 6, just that's a pretty good number. 16 for Troy. This guy's a speedster. He knows to take and blow past defenders to get to the quarterback and has multiple moves. A lot of times guys have a great spin move. They have a great rip move. They have a great swim move. He has all the moves. He has all the moves to make you groove, and any defensive coordinator will be overjoyous to have someone like that in their locker room. Javon Solomon, ladies and gentlemen, I have him taken and coming to the Seattle Seahawks. Next person that I want to take and talk about is we have Javon Holland, who's going to be, again, another Washington guy, Roger Rosengarten. I see him going a little bit earlier in this, and if he has a big pro day, this will help out a lot. A little bit smart guy, but very flexible, 280 pounds, 6'6". This guy has muscles on him. Great feet, great pass coverage. Look, he got tested in the national championship versus Michigan. It was literally like the best. Okay, he will get better. Okay, I would give him a solid 8 out of 10, and he could potentially be a starter his rookie year. And this year is very deep in offensive linemen. So if you need to build up your O-line, shore up the O-line, this draft is for you. You will love this. 6'6", 280. Again, flexible, doesn't have a big history of like injuries or anything like that. Dude is an absolute baller. And that O-line, I had Jackson Kirkland from Washington from last year's draft. He's a practice squad guy on the Bengals now. If you're not familiar with this channel, I do a lot of pre-draft interviews with the actual people. So somebody, actually Cam Allen, I should be having on next week, as a matter of fact. That's the next guy we're going to talk about here in a minute. But he talked about Jackson Kirkland from Washington last year's draft, talked about how tight that unit is, man. And they take pride in blocking up in Washington. In the Pacific Northwest, they take pride, man. So he's the man. Then moving on to Cam Allen. Cam freaking Allen. I want to say if not close, then I want to say he's the top safety in school history as far as like most tackles and stuff like that. This guy flies. He could play cornerback if he wanted to. He could line up anywhere. Great open field tackler. Knows how to get a lot of pass deflections. Purdue wasn't that great this year, right? So this dude saw a lot of action, because they're blown by the D linemen and the linebackers. And it's good to see. We oftentimes see the Alabama guys, right? And they go to the league and they don't always work out. Oftentimes the best teams, their back is not against the wall. Cam Allen, his back is against the wall a lot of times because they didn't win a lot of games, right? But you saw his true character, his true character and his true leadership. Cam Allen is that guy, man. So this guy could potentially be one of the biggest steals in the draft when it comes to best safeties. And he has to be in the conversation for top 10, maybe even top 5. Cam Allen is that guy. And then finishing off the draft. I have a quarterback. Why do I have a quarterback? I'm a Geno Smith fan, let me say. There were times the offensive line was not that great. That's why I went a guard overall, not a sexy pick. Could have got the best tight end. You got to protect Geno. If you ain't trying to win, are you just trying to look good losing? It's an old saying. Are you really trying to win? Or are you just trying to look good losing? And this, I think Seattle, man, I'm sorry. If you fix that O-line, it takes pressure off your quarterback. Geno could deliver strike after strike. He has the receiving core. Y'all, I'm going to say this, man. Like, I think Seattle can win the division next year over the Rams, potentially over the 49ers, but you got to have a strong free agency. Saying a free agency video, this is NFL draft, and you got to have a strong draft. And look, at all these draft picks I have here, what I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 guys. At least 6 of these guys got to work. 6 of them have to work and work well. But Austin Reed is a quarterback. So if in the event Geno goes down, you want to have a backup plan, right? For those who don't know, Western Kentucky has one of the best wide receivers in this year's NFL draft. His name is skipping past my head right now, but the dude is expected to go no later than the late first, early second round. Dude is a thoroughbred baller. And how did he make all these plays and touchdowns? He had an awesome quarterback, and that's what we're about to talk about. Quarterback is Austin Reed. Okay, coming out of Western Kentucky. This dude had over, I think it was rookie year, he had over 4,500 yards, y'all. 45 freaking 100 yards. Can't tell me we can't benefit from that. And he has a low turnover ratio. Austin Reed is that guy. He's a guy who's a field general, and I'll be honest with you, if he has a big pro day, we could see him go as high as 3rd round. I could see someone taking a risk on a guy like Austin Reed, okay? It's a mock draft, right? And yeah, I understand. Not all the players. There's even more players I wanted to select for Seattle, but it's a free mock draft thing I use online, right? But keep in mind, the name to watch out for is Austin Reed. This dude is going to ball out. I feel that there's ways that he can make NFL teams fall in love with them, but let's be real. They look at the Alabamas. They look at the Washington. They look at all these big schools. So he had to do a lot to take and get to where he is to even be considered. But Austin Reed, I think, is a safe day 3 pick. He could potentially slip into UDFA. Some drawback for him is he went to a smaller school, so the competition really isn't necessarily there. But he balled out with the competition that was there. So, anywho, that's my mock draft. I'm done talking. Let me know your thoughts. This is my Seattle Seahawks. For those who don't know, I'm a lifelong Dolphins fan, but I do mock drafts, and I love football. I'm a football purist first, so I did a lot of research in this, and I selected the best people for the job, man. So comment below. Hopefully you guys at least learned something about some new players today. I'll catch you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Keep an eye out for my NFL draft series with the actual players. I'm one of the top people on the internet releasing content in that area as well, too. Hit subscribe. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.